Um, Today we're doing something different. And, yeah, today, wow, don't know what's going on with that. But today we're flying the Airbus A321-200. It's a pretty good plane. Yeah, got the basics going right now. And, here is our flight plan for today. We got a nice little 30-minute flight going. So if you want to skip to the end of the video, you may, but for 30 straight minutes, you probably won't hear much out of me. And, yeah, let's get to it. So first things first, we have to check that everything's correct. I do have my navigation strobe lights running right now, just to make sure everything's good. I'm going to calibrate this real quick. And we're going to set this to real time. Go hit calibrate again to get back in. And so we'll change that to 1. I'm not going to auto start it right here, but I'm not going to auto start it at all, actually. What I am going to do is I'm going to find my HUD. Click off that. Zoom in all the way. Get rid of the packs because we are ready to go. And so, yep, as you see, that's actually backing away. We land over in KLAX. There will be a spot for us somewhere. We're landing 6R. That's interesting. We're landing 6R. We're gonna probably be somewhere around this little generator. But our flight plan looks like this right now. Taken from KSFO to wherever. And yeah. I will turn autopilot on through this, and yeah. We'll start a pushback. Let's get to it. So when we're pushing back, I come down here to the engines and wait, because there's a white line at the little engine spot where we will push back when we push back, that little white line right there is where I'll start the engine. We're already 3 minutes into this video. That's crazy. Never follow the yellow line there. It's weird. I don't like it. And so we'll typically start it right on the other side of it, allowing us just a simple time. If you're interested in watching the pushback, here you go. Preferably, I like using the map, because the map actually helps us a lot. You'll notice after I get done with this little pushback here, I will not use the map whatsoever for the rest of the flight, and we will bring ourselves to a stop, put our parking brakes on, and we'll detach this tug, and now we are ready to rock and roll. So I'll go over here, turn that off. I wonder if... No, you can't. Okay. And for our lights, we'll turn our beacon on. And yep, now we are starting our taxiway. If you notice right now, there's no ATC going in the background. That's because I do not have a premium version, but that's okay. Let's check nav. Nav is good. We are going to take off from... I cannot remember off the top of my head. The premium version of this game allows you to fly with a lot of other people. This is Infinite Flight Simulator. The texting's a little rusty. It's been a minute since I played, so you know. All I know is we are going to the left runway, and to get there at night is one complication thing, because you got to look at all those lights and be like, well, how do you know where you're going? And it just takes some time getting used to them. It takes a lot of time to get used to knowing. So we are actually going to keep going straight. Right here's an actual runway, by the way. But we are going to the left. So the left side is 10 left, 28R. We are going to calibrate it again just to make sure everything's okay. That orange line typically means to stop. However, in this case, this orange line means to slow down. There are set limits on how fast you can go. I don't really know what all these orange lines mean. I just know that there's one before the runway. That means you have to stop. I don't even know if I'm on the right path to... So I said runway, but I think we're getting lined up here in a minute with the runway. Okay, right here is where we would turn. We have orange telling us this is the line. You can kind of see it, right? If I look over, you'll kind of see it. That's the line here. I'll go to my outward view. That line means we have to stop. And here is where I set my trim to 50%. Let's see, we got nothing going on over here, so just resume and set up 30. And I like to hug the back. Then you'll notice when I take off, I won't push full throttle. I'll push it 75, and then when we're up, I'll push full. And yeah. Now we are at 10L. Let's see here. Am I gonna get it? 60 there. And now we are ready for takeoff. To make things more interesting, I am, where was it? I'm going to make a realistics. So, right now it looks like I got some winds at my place coming from northeast. And the gusts are about 3 miles an hour. Turbulence will go very light. Yeah. Keep it right there. Cloud later, we'll change that down and we'll ring just a few clouds. I should bring them up a little bit more. We have plans to climb to 25,000 feet, so we'll bring them down to 242. Yep, let's get it going. We're 70% let's get it there. You notice right here we have direction, path of wind all on here, telling us which way the wind's blowing, so we'll have to take off just the slightest bit. And there you go. Let's make it interesting. Keep speeds of 7. gust of 10. Right? And yep. Let's the takeoff. And the wind's gonna push us, should push us back. Just because we're standing here. And we'll turn land. And don't know what that's for, but yeah. We'll do back to our reg. So it has been a very hot minute. Altitude, we keep. And as we climb up, I will actually take the wind off. Turn our headings on. Okay, right now we are running the full autopilot thing. Okay, dang, it is locked. Turn our vertical navigation off. To 20,000 feet. So now we are going to make a huge climb. It just means you have to be at that height by the time you get there. So if you notice my vertical going up to like 7,000 right there. Yeah, we're definitely climbing. So, out of view, we just took off from the airport over there. That's where we just took off from. And so once we get above 10,000, I will take that 1 mile an hour winds off. When we reach KLAX, I will change it to specifically light turbulence, 3 mile an hour gust winds, and we'll throw a different direction in. We'll see if I can land it better, whatever. So we are approaching 10,000, so come over here, take it off, no turbulence whatsoever. Zoom. And yep, now we are basically just sitting here and watching. And like I said, if you wish to skip to the end, there's a amount of time, be about a 30-minute flight. And push up even more. I want to reach this height before. So at 18,000 feet, I'll actually start pulling it down. I know it sounds like if we're pushing engines, we really are. So pulling down on that. The plane will come level. We'll go 1,000 feet per minute to the rest. And once we reach this point in 2 minutes, we will incline to 25,000 feet, I believe. And, yep. All the way up. Definitely have to slow down to like 300 and something knots. When you get too high, it'll start saying Mach point something. And this is all on mobile, by the way. So you'll see it in a minute, it'll pop up. Head so said direction at the top of the screen. So said waypoint at whatever 1,000 feet. And set this to 160. Zoom in right here. There's actually a thing for that. So it says head 140. Our flight plan tells us that when we're headed at 140 degrees for the next 21 minutes, we will actually be going to 25,000 feet. Can't say much for the speed. Turn there. The first officer position. Captain. It's crazy. And so now we will go up. We'll climb 2,500 actually. It means, yeah. And we'll definitely have to slow down a little bit. I'm doing 2,500 feet per minute because in 2 minutes it'll be there, and then we're just sitting back for another 20 something minutes. Shit. There it is. I'm gonna slow down to 30. This little guy keeps declining. And you can actually see the red on the right side declining very slowly. But you know, it's whatever. since we're approaching target. Might have to go slower than what. Yep. Show 225. Hoping that 225 works. And you'll see our VS go to 0 in a second. Yep, there it goes. And so now that we are at 25,000, we play with fire a little bit. I don't know if we'll be able to do 329. We'll try it. Oh, we can. Maybe. But yeah, now we are cruising at... No, we cannot. So we are now cruising at 25,000 feet. And we are doing this for the next 10 minutes. And I'll explain to you why, because if you look there on a flight plan, we'll go to the flight plan. It says here 10,000 feet, 1,500, 600. If you think about it, to go from 25,000 feet to 1,000 feet in a few seconds, it's crazy. So yeah, we're doing this for the next 9 minutes, I guess. You can actually see it starting to pop up on the map. And so, when we get into officially 100 nautical miles, and you'll be able to see that, I'll mark it for you right here. When we get there, I'll decrease the plane's altitude by 2,500 feet, maybe, or 35. It might be 3,500. But yeah, we're in the air, so we can actually do that because we don't have much to do. And we'll decrease the plane at about 3,500 feet per minute, and that's really not bad. And we'll definitely take our speeds off. So when that reaches 100, that's what we'll do. And as you can see, being this high in the air, we're going to reach 100 pretty quick. You know what I mean? There you go. Just like that. That's pretty high. There's the coast, all right there. Like, if you can't see it, it is all right. Wow. Oops. Sorry, guys. It is. I'm gonna move my little thing. The coast is all right here, and it shoots up that way. Just like that. That's if you can't see it. If you can, that little white down there on the right hand side of the aircraft is the coast. And yep, there you have it. I've never really gone back and watched any of my videos myself, but if you you might notice that there's a little timer in the top right corner, whatever. It's just there. So it looks like we're approaching 110. And 13 minutes left of this shear and traveling. And you can also see that next waypoint coming in by 12.5 by 12.5. It's actually 120 degrees, 120 and a half degrees, whatever. You can also see that coming in a little bit. And that's our point that we have to be down at 10,000 at. So we'll start kind of early. Kind of not. And as we go down, once we pass 20,000 feet, I'll up the plane's speed to 349. And I'm going to land the plane actually myself. I'm not going to have autopilot do it, so. So Noah said when it hit 100,000 we're going to start a little bit after that though, because you got to think about it. That's 56 nautical miles, so we'll probably start around somewhere in the next 2 minutes, because that's 10 plus 6 is 16, right? 16, it's like what? Trying to think. 3,000 feet per minute. 3 times 16, that's 48,000, so we'll probably actually start it around 6 minutes. That way it's 30,000 feet and not whatever. And yeah, these are actual minutes. I will taxi my way to the gate we're supposed to be at. I haven't played this game in a bit, so landing might be a little rough. It might not be. Yep. We're gonna start it in a few seconds and close down to 80. So if you see, it'll go on a map range. It got 10, 20, 40, 80, 160, and 320. Well, 320 is just the entire flight. So, closing it down to what we need to see. Take nav here, do our seatbelt sign to have all our passengers seated back. And we're gonna hit real time just in case. Don't know all these time changes. Insanely crazy. So we have about 3 more minutes for whatever happens. But yeah, this is a lot different than ERLC, which is what I've been doing here lately. I know I said you wouldn't hear me for 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is kind of a long time. And so, I'm just waiting. So, how far away is that? It's inside the 80. I know that much. Look at that. That's pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. Inside the 80. So, maybe we will start our decline now to 10,000 feet. We'll start it here. Like I said, 3,000 feet per minute. So I know it looks like we're moving really fast down. To be honest, we really are. Because, yeah. There's a sign. And we won't see that when we go to land, by the way. And, there are reasons why we won't see that when we go to land. So as promised, when we got down here, I put up the speed to 349 knots. So now we are far enough down to where we can do that. Shouldn't get us over speed. So now we are moving a lot faster. It's gonna do this for a few more seconds, guys. And I could always change to 2,000 feet per minute. Decline 2,000 feet per minute. And what will no longer be 6 minutes, it's, yeah. 7 to just 14, so we'll be definitely down there by then. They technically actually have 12 minutes. So 12 and 2 is 24,000. If we just kept going. We're not going to keep going though. Because we also have a flight plan that tells us that we have to be down at 15,000 feet too. Really? And that's the problem with the throttle and the autopilot. If it goes up to 351, I'll take off the speed. Okay, yeah, that did it. sun might not disappear. Might actually just stay there. We're going down at 2,000 feet per minute and still getting overspeed at 20 speed. Well, there's actually no possible way to get it this far. If anything, we're actually going to be decreasing speed. Actually, I can increase speed a little bit. No. So let's completely take this off. And yep. Oh, no, we're actually gonna catch it. So yep, now we're just waiting. This is really starting to become a very painful 30-minute flight. I don't even think it's 30 minutes. I think it's more of like a 45-minute flight, to be honest. If you are wondering, Infinite Flight Simulator, that's the name of the game. There are fighter jets. You just have to know how to unlock them. Either download the premium version or click the little checkbox for the abandoned pieces. And yep. And we are officially at 10,000 feet, waiting for the turn. And 5 plus 4, and so that's going to be about, that'll be 94 plus 5 to get down to 600, so I'll have 94, what's it called, nautical miles, so we'll do 1,000 feet per minute. I think that's reasonable. Get down to 1,500. 1,000 feet per minute sounds about right. Coming down, I will say this is probably where these are landmass. We will not use the land navigation. We might, like, we're on a way to decreasing. And we are over water. I don't know what that was. If anything should happen, we'll probably end up sliding over there. I don't know if there's an airport over there, but there's an airport over there. There is. No, there's not. We are approaching a few islands. Pretty late in the day. It's my papa. Like I said, I will not blur anything out. If it's personal information, unless it's, unless signal popped up, she didn't, then I would pause and do whatever. Discord pops up, well then, oh, darn. Alright, well, we don't have to start now. Thousand feet per minute. Got my cousin coming over. Second. Gotta make him a piece of toast. And we will be down to 1,500 in no time. Just have to let the plane do its thing. If this makes you interested, I should actually say, yeah, start off with this. If it makes you interested, this game is called Infinite Flight Simulator. It is really difficult to land these planes, I will say. So yep, here comes my cousin. Hey. Shh. Sorry, my dogs. Chloe decided I was gonna come to the living room and record this for y'all. Chloe. Chloe. You can come in, it's unlocked. Push! The toast is in there. Toast is already in there. It's done. There you Can we go to that one? Do not know what's happening. Alright, we're turning. These are the best moments of flying. We only have that much more time to go. And first blue line, I'll turn on my little thing. I don't know why they're doing overspeed right now. I don't know, it looks like it's going up. There's an airport. Pretty cool. You're welcome. Let's go. Okay. Easy. Something bad were to happen. We are not flying to this airport. Something bad happens right here. We're gonna be landing on some land. We might actually be able to do that. I don't think we will.
15,500.
Yep. Now you will actually get to see the runway. It's my first time landing with this much wind. So we're gonna see how that goes. You can see the plane moving a lot. There really shouldn't be turbulence right here. That was loud. That was really loud. Oh no, this way. So this is 15,000 feet above the sea. Just to give you an idea. There's a plane. Right there's this ocean. Actually it's supposed to be 3,500 feet above it, but it'd be whatever. I'm telling you right now, compared to a lot of these things, this plane looks really small. I'm gonna zoom up on it. It's a really big plane, but you really think about it. Yeah, I can actually show you a better way. This is how small that plane is. It's a pretty small plane. And yeah, it's gonna come out to be about an hour, 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So if I'm not mistaken, there's the airport we're landing at. Yep. Yeah, actually we're gonna take it to 1,000. And now this is all me. So when we do dual gear. Hopefully that will help us slow down just a little bit. But yep, with that being said, we are really low right now. And that's okay. But yep, now I'm actually probably going to concentrate on landing. Oh yeah, we are right there. Still a little low.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. Retard. 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 Retard.
Hey! We did it! No need for that much more anymore. The place we're actually going to taxi to is right there. Those little areas. Alright. Nope, we're gonna miss this one. Okay. Taxiing here is a bit difficult. Because you can and you will miss your turn. And you have to go all the way back down just to come back up. So if you're not careful, you will miss it. You do actually have to taxi to the other side of the port though. No, you'll see little black boxes on the wall. Can't see it over there right now. Should definitely see it over here. See, there's a little black box over there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slow down because that third one, the third and final one, is ours. We've successfully reached 1 hour of this video. I know you may be like, you just passed it. Nah. I just got on track. So imagine there's, one of them will start fussing in a minute. So we should actually be right on the line. Might be a little off. We are moving really fast on this taxiway right now. We're a little off. land to push us. When it pops up, okay. It's our cue to this. Okay, alright. I remember when I used to have to do this. Turn our beacon and all our lights off. Engines. We are not going to fly back. However, my next video with this, we will fly from here to KSFO. Which is a pretty decent flight, actually. It's actually the learning airport. Yep, so I hope that you enjoyed today. Yeah, this is one of maybe 2 videos I might do today, if that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day.